So I've had the idea to make this video for like a week, and I keep putting it off because like I keep thinking to myself like, how am I gonna word it? Like, sometimes I can say it all in my head, but it coming out, it's like a totally different story. Um, and the longer I've left it, the more anxious I've felt. And then, like, because it's about like mirrors, like it sounds weird right now, but it'll make sense. I've been seeing the word mirror everywhere. Like, I seen it like 4 times yesterday, and I know it's probably a common word anyway, but like, I've never noticed it before, probably because it's on my mind. But anyway, so like, what I wanted to talk about is how life is like a mirror and how people are like mirrors. Like, the people thing, I've only like, I read about it a couple of months ago, and like it started to make sense to me. Like I didn't understand it at first, but like it makes sense now. So like it's something I've been like picking up like along the way. But like how life is a mirror, it's like what you put out is what you get back. So like when you look into a mirror, it's your reflection. So like if you smile in the mirror smiles back. If you frown in the mirror frowns back. And it's like life. It's like, what you put out. So if you go out smiling, you'll have like your surroundings, it'll be like a better day, like a positive day. Like if you're frowning, like if you're in a negative state, all you're going to pick up is negative vibes, or like that's going to be your surroundings. But the only person who can change that is you. So you're looking in the mirror and you like it's frowning back at you. You cannot ask that mirror to stop frowning, because it won't. The only way that the person in the mirror is going to stop frowning is if you do it. So you're the person that's got to make that change. You can have people surrounded, like the people that surround you. Yes, they are a great support system and stuff like that. But if you don't make that change, you can't expect other people to fix this for you. And people are like a mirror because they will reflect like your inner thoughts. They'll reflect how you view yourself, your insecurities. They reflect all your inner thoughts. It's like how you perceive like the outside world as well. So like you could be having a conversation with someone and they could say something completely harmless, but if you're having an internal battle with yourself on this thing, you will view that differently. That could be like, or maybe they're having are they having a dig, or do they know something, or all different things. And it's like then you go into this spiral, and this person could be just being saying something completely like normal, but because of your internal struggles, that comes off differently. And it's so true. And it's like, do you know, like I'd done a video like a couple of months ago, and it was like like someone had put a Facebook status about something, and that was, to me, that was reflecting my insecurities, because I was worried about what people would think about me, like what people would say, if they'd laugh at me, like, and stuff like that. So that's where like my ego stepped up then. Our ego, it's our defense mechanism, it's our protector, it's our like brain's bodyguard, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's built up through the years, through like trauma, through like life experiences, through all kinds. And that's where our ego like comes in. But I seen this thing, and it said how like you need to tell your ego that it's now off the payroll. It's off the payroll and it can work freelance. So like, it doesn't run the show anymore. So whilst it's working freelance, you still need your ego at times, but you don't need it like running the show, like doing everything, like, which is so true. But yeah, so like, I was like, in a conversation with 2 other people a couple of weeks ago, and like we'd have a conversation, like we're all speaking and stuff. And I think it was like a couple of days afterwards, like I was speaking to the other person, and like they brought it up, and they were like, I felt like they were having a dig. And I was just shocked to hear that, because I was like, no, that's not how it was at all. But because of their insecurities, that's how they perceived it. And it's like, and then obviously because I've been learning about this, and I was just like, it solidified it a bit more for me, if you know what I mean. Like, it just made sense. Because it does, and it's no one's fault, do you know what I mean? Like, it's the way that we perceive things. If our inner thoughts are everywhere, or like, you know, our insecurities, our self-esteem, all kinds. I used to be the absolute worst at assumptions, at perception, because I had no self-esteem. I was riddled with insecurities. You know, I didn't like myself. So that's how I thought other people thought. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could be having a conversation with someone and I would take it the wrong way near enough every single time, because that's how I viewed myself. It had nothing to do with the other person. It was all a me thing. And it's pretty draining when you've got to live like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, how do you have fun when you feel like everyone's against you all the time? But like, I seen this video, it was a couple of months ago now, and I talked to everyone about it. And it's like a stitched video, and so like, obviously the original guy in the video, he's like, how do people not care what people think of them? So then the guy who stitches the video comes in, and honestly, it just blew my mind. He says, I just assume that everyone's thinking nice things about me because I don't actually know what people are thinking about me. And if I assume they're thinking bad things, I'm not only judging that person for thinking them thoughts, but I'm also judging myself for the bad thoughts in general. So like, you know, of like, oh, they're gonna be like judging me what I'm wearing. Like, so I'm judging that person for thinking like that, but I'm judging myself for what I'm wearing. Like, or like, you know, insecure about it. So it made sense. It just clicked, and I was like, it's so right that when we're worrying about, like, people could just be thinking nice things, but we're sat here like, oh, what are they, like, you know, what are they going to say about me? What are they going to, you know, all these insecurities. And we're creating like chaos in our minds for no reason. And then if someone is like blatantly nasty, do you know what I mean? There was another part of this video, and it was like, it was explaining like a story, or like a I don't know what the word is, but anyway, so it was like a Buddha was like teaching a class, and they were in this class, and then this guy was heckling, like he was just shouting all these nasty stuff at the Buddha, and he kept on going, and the Buddha just kept on ignoring him, and then the guy would get louder, and he'd get louder, and again he was just kept ignoring him, like just done his own thing, like carried on type of thing. So then in the end, the guy was like, I'm shouting here, like, why aren't you listening to me? I'm saying all this stuff and you're not listening to me. So then with that, the Buddha speaks to him, and he says, I feel like I'm talking in riddles here. And he says, say if you had a gift and you tried to pass me that gift, but I refused it, who owns that gift? And the guy was like, well, me. He went, exactly. So that's the same with all like your hatred and what you're trying to say. If I don't accept that, that's still yours to hold on to. And I was just like, yeah, that's so true. And like, it's just, that whole video has stuck with me for so long. And like, honestly, like if people come to me and they're like, oh, they're having trouble or anything, and I would literally just word for word tell them this video, because it is. And it's like, if people are being shitty to you, that's a them thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's, let them keep hold of that gift. Let them hold on to that. That's not yours to carry. You just keep on doing you. Do you know what I mean? But I've probably gotten well off track because I started with mirrors. But yeah, but it's all like how we view ourselves, how we view the world, and you know, it's just, it's a journey. Do you know what I mean? And like, we're still, you know, we have our struggles and stuff, but you know, seeing it from a different perspective sometimes, it lightens that up a little bit. And not everything is as it seems. Do you know what I mean? So how we view it could be totally different to how it's intended. So just keep doing you. Thanks for listening.